Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This is our final card using the Impressions Abloom Bundle, and I wanted to show you how to use the dies to make a flap on the front of the card. So I've just got this tied closed. This is the full card inside. I've done this one in Misty Moonlight. And we're just going to untie the ribbon, and then we can open up the front. And it says, "Thanks for being there." This one again is, I've done it in the Misty Moonlight. I'm going to do the one on the video today in Flirty Flamingo. And I chose to tie this closed because it kind of flaps open. So it ties closed, but it's like you've got two areas for a message. So thanks for being there, and then you can write your own greeting inside. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got a Flirty Flamingo card base. I've got a 5 1/4 by 4 in the Floral Impressions Designer Series paper. And then I've got a piece that is, it's about 4 inches by 6 inches, and it's scored at 3 inches. It's big enough. Basically, I just cut it out around the shape of the die. And then I've already done some die cuts for the front. I used the other die, the one with the little stitched edge on it, to cut out the center for the front of the flap and then the piece for the inside. And on this one, I went around with my blending brush and just added some color to the edge of the greeting. But for this one, I would looked at doing this. This is the Nested Essentials dies. It's these two here. But I think this is going to cover up too much of the front. So I am going to not matte it with the Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to do the same thing where I just take my ink pad and just do some blending around the edge. So I'll do that now. And then I'll show you how I made the flap front card for this. It's almost like a little secret mystery card. I really quite like it. Okay, so I've done that piece. I'm just going to pop that over there like that. We'll close this up for now, but we will need it again soon. I'm just going to get these pieces out of the way. And to do this so that we can have a hinge on the card. So this is, I put the hinge side here, and I'm putting it at an angle because I don't want any hard edges to go through the card. I'm using the one with just the single cut. It's not the stitched one. And I'm going to put it on, but I'm going to make sure that one edge is off the edge here. So I don't want to cut this side. I want to leave it intact so that I have that hinge. So I'm just going to pop some sticky notes on there. We'll sandwich this up and then pop it through the machine. So perfect. And again, this week I've had so many wonderful comments and so much support and so many ideas, and lots of new subscribers. So if you're new here, welcome, and thanks for coming back. Thanks for being part of this community. It is a wonderful community, and I do respond to all the comments. And sometimes if I'm in a different time zone or I'm traveling, it might take me a little bit longer, but I do respond to all of them. So there is our kind of front flap. So I'm going to just save that out for now, but I can glue on the Designer Series paper to the front here. So just making sure it's the right way up and everything's the right way up. And because I use the two different size dies, I can matte that. So there's just that little bit. And what that does is it creates a definition around it for when we add it to the front of the card itself. So let's go ahead and put the card mat, the DSP. Again, it's the Floral Impressions Designer Series paper. This is the most amazing paper. I'm going to have to buy some more of it because I've used a bunch of it this week. So we're going to pop that down like that. And we're not going to adhere this down just yet because I want to put the ribbon on. So I've got, I used an old piece of ribbon here just to see how it went. But this is the open weave ribbon that's in the catalog. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple of lines of adhesive on the back of here. I'm going to make sure that I've got the ribbon kind of halfway, and I'm just going to pop it down like that. Just so that I know that I've got kind of equal on each side, and then I'm just going to pop it down on the front of the card. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to put just a little tiny bit of adhesive here just to hold this ribbon in place while I put the greeting on. And again, it's going to go on like this. I've already put some of the blending on the edge, and I'm just going to grab a couple of dimensionals and pop them down. Now the reason that I'm putting them, sorry, I got an extra one there, putting them up and down like this is so that it also helps hold the ribbon in place. So we're just going to pop this down. So I'm just going to straighten this up so that I know that I'm square. I'm just going to pop that down right in the middle, like that. Okay, now we need to decorate for the inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo and the 4 being there, because I've got the thanks on the outside. So I'm going to pop the 4 being there right in the middle, just like that. Okay, and now I'm going to take the flowers, and again, I've got my orientation tape on there, my piece of washi tape that tells me which way up I've got the stamp. And I just put 2 flowers on the inside of the other one, but I'm going to pop 3 on this one. So that was at full value, and I'm going to take the other the solid background, and I'm going to do second value. And because I've got that piece of orientation tape on there, I know where I need to be popping these down. Just like that. Okay, and I'm going to take some crushed curry and do the flower centers. And so I need to do second value with the solid piece. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going first value with the detail stamp. And there we go. And one more. And honestly, I'm playing with the idea of doing some color around the edge as well. So I'm going to pull my Flirty Flamingo back in, and I'm just going to just add some color around that edge. I didn't do this on the Misty Moonlight card, but we'll see what the difference is. And then you can decide if you want to do that or not. Okay, let's get those out of the way. Let's pop this on the inside of the card and grab our adhesive. Like that. And we're going to layer this in. You know what? It barely shows, but I think it really does add just a little bit. It's not quite so stark around the edges. So then we can flip this closed and we can tie this up. And bows and I on camera do not get along. So bear with me while I tie this bow. And I've left the ends really, really long to make it so much easier to tie the bow. As long as I can get that piece, there we go, just like that. And then just adjust your edges or your ends to the length that you want, and then pull it tight. So we've got the bow. You can trim the ends off, which I'm going to do. Let me get my good scissors out. So I'm just going to come in, trim those ends, and there we go. So we've got the card in Misty Moonlight, and we've got it in Flirty Flamingo. So let me know which one you prefer and what colors you would use if you were doing this card. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.